I just bought a new automobile the same way they did in the 1900s when movies were silent.
Well, I just got this Jeep from FlexCar. Maintenance and insurance are included, and I can switch cars anytime.
What are you, high on giggle juice?
The first and only month-to-month car lease. FlexCar, you drive everything.
Hi, I am Renee Scherzer, and welcome to the Lightwork Podcast, a space for conversations about leadership, purpose, growth, and the deeper work that shapes who we become. Lightwork is the inner work that grounds us. It's the alignment of who we are internally with what we are building externally. Through these conversations, we explore faith, relationships, health, finances, and the experiences that shape our lives. Today, I am joined by someone very special, my youngest daughter, Addison. So you're the last of the family. We've had your brother,
Yes.
sister, dad, and now you. So
Yes.
excited about this. And so Addison is 18 years old, and her generation has grown up in a world unlike any before it. According to Jonathan Haidt's best-selling book, The Anxious Generation, rates of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and social disconnection have risen dramatically among young people over this last decade. So many experts are pointing to the rise of smartphones, social media, and a shift away from real-world experiences as contributing factors. But today isn't a conversation about that. We're going to talk on the other side of those who are going against the narrative. So today we are going to really talk about identity, developing faith, confidence, healthy friendships, and a deep knowing of who you are in a world constantly trying to tell you who you should be. It's switching the narrative and how we define what this next generation is. I keep saying Generation Z these are the kids that are born between 1995 to, I believe it's like the 2010, just after you, are going to change our world. So I'm very excited to have this conversation. Also, as a mom and a woman over 50, I've had my own journey with pressure, achievement, a bit of anxiety, and learning to find my own peace. So I'm looking forward to this conversation, and we're just going to get started. Welcome, Addison.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You are the last. You're the
Yes.
caboose of the family.
I am.
So this conversation, this is your first one, time to be on a podcast.
For sure.
So it's going to be like us sitting on the floor like we did yesterday in your room. So Addison, if someone were to meet you today, how would you describe yourself to them?
I would describe myself as more confident and outgoing and just more myself and very Christ-centered, I would say.
Yep.
Yes.
I like that you didn't even say you're athlete too.
Oh, and an athlete, yes.
Because she is going to be, just for reference, she graduated high
Yes.
school. And she is going to be running track at a D2 school in the fall with her,
Yes.
where her sister plays basketball. So what are you most proud of who you've become?
I'm most proud of my relationship with God and just how much I've grown. And I just think that I'm very proud of how far I've come with being more confident, because I used to be very quiet and just kept to myself.
Yep.
So I'm just glad I've became kind of grown and just changed how I feel about myself and how I am as a person.
Because we're going to dive into it, because middle school
Yes.
and early high school, you didn't feel this way.
No.
And I think a lot of parents who are listening, and maybe young women or men who are listening, are are feeling that, what you used to feel. So
Yes.
this is why I'm excited about this conversation. So what would you say gives you the most confidence?
I would say what gives me the most confidence is my friends and family. And just I think that just gives me the most confidence because I always know they're there, and just knowing that God is there, I would say, because faith has become a big role in my life. So I think just knowing that I'm loved and I always have someone, that just made me more confident instead of just feeling alone.
I love that. And also, I think you change your opinion or where you got your the validation from.
Yes.
So versus, I think before there's a period of time, did you maybe look to others to give you the confidence?
Yes, I would say I've looked into other people, just how they looked on social media, or just my friends, how they looked. I think that I was just it did not help, and looking to my sport and just kind of making my sport my identity, I would say, just didn't help as much.
Yeah, because
For-
you very committed to the sport. You hit your goals. You did fantastic this last year, and but I know that wasn't your identity, which was I love, because you're not going to necessarily, that's not your future goals to run and after college. But you brought up social media.
Yes.
And we've been talking a lot about this. I have to take my glasses off for this discussion, because it's I've got a love-hate with it, because it also affects in my generation. And, you know, I've been even just driving here today, we were talking through how shocked I am at the images and the people's images. Like, I know basic filters, you know, but what other people are doing to make themselves, and especially girls in your generation, to look differently. And how do you feel about that, and how it causes almost like a comparison trap?
I don't feel like good about it, because people just change their whole identity, their whole like look and what they're doing, and it gives people like a false, like, I guess, like a false hope, and just it makes you compare so much, because people your age you always look at if you're just following them or if they're your actual friends.
Yeah.
And you just like, it just makes you compare and be like, why don't I look like that? Why don't I have that body? And it kind of messes with you, and it kind of puts you down a dark path. I would say, like, I've seen people do that, and it doesn't help.
Because there's nothing attainable. And
no.
When I sent to you and your sister, a gal, Josephine Livin, is her Instagram. She was in the book, which I actually brought the book.
Yes.
The Anxious Generation, which is actually a great book for adults to read, because there's fantastic and terrifying data in it. But she shows, this is what I look like real life, and this is what the filtered version of me of Instagram is. And I love that she does it throughout her Instagram. I think she's got like 170,000 followers. So, so it does give you that image, because social media is also where people are putting their highlight reels. And I think when you're older, you kind of can know that a little bit, but the younger, you have less discernment of, well, they're just showing what looks good.
Yes.
So I think that was a big thing. But yeah, I think that was a period of time you were concerned about your body image.
Yes, I think I was mainly because of social media, because I just saw how other people looked and how just like more, I guess, followers they had, and I was just like, maybe I have to look like that to become popular, have more friends. So that affected it too, because online you just see how they look, like their face is different or their hair, just like anything, that I just was like, wow, like why, how can I be like that? To maybe if like make me feel more popular, I'd say.
And none of them have acne.
And none of them have acne. Know how to deal with it, but
So, but I think even you going through with, I mean, not to say this, but we're going to have Jamie on too, who has Clear Cosmetics with the K, Clear the K, about, you know, the confidence, just what you already have to work through at your age. And so what would you say helped elevate your confidence? Because middle school, you weren't too confident. You have high anxiousness.
Yes.
Searching for friend groups. Where was the shift for you? And if you could share a little bit about how you were in middle school, early high school, and when you started finding that confidence.
Yeah, I would say middle school, I was very nervous and just kind of just kind of to myself. I think that it's just I had so much anxiety and stress that I wasn't really confident. Even though I did have a group, I felt like I was still alone. So I think that like I got my confidence, because it was also like that in freshman year too, because with friends, I just stuck with someone that I had from middle school, because she was the only other one from my middle school I went to. So I was like, maybe we can be friends. But people would kind of bully us, like my friends and I, just because we were with her, because she just didn't have a good reputation. Yep. So I don't think that like made me feel confident. I think just like getting away from that and just kind of finding a group that I love and I can actually be myself with just made me more confident. And just with my sport too, just knowing that God, like it's in God's hand, just helped me like just have fun and just love school more, I would say.
Well, and I think that transition too, because in middle school it was COVID.
Yes.
And when the world shut down, the Scherzer family went turbo, right?
Yes.
We had a pretty fun household. Not every moment, because I wasn't the most patient teacher. Yeah.
No, I couldn't go to you.
I was horrible. And the square jar got larger. But but I think, I was thinking about this as we were talking about when you're the change and when your confidence started growing. And I think you learned to start having fun again. And I think because we were at home, a lot of what we did is we tried to make days fun, and we were very competitive, and we had a dance doorway. Remember the streamers
cornhole?
Down?
Yes,
we did competitions of cornhole, and as a family, I think we always really tried to focus on family time.
Yes.
Do you think that was a help, and just always learning to have fun again and not just be tied to laptops and computers?
I think that helped a lot too with confidence, because I would go to breakfasts with my mom before school, which always just like helped me feel better, just to talk about it, or journaling, because that always helped with my anxiety and stress, just writing it down and just knowing that it's not something to be stressed about, just the little things. So that helped, and having a good family to talk to and playing fun games. That just always helped, and it kind of like brought me out and got me more confident, because I was pretty shy in middle school. So that was a big impact.
You in our family, you kind of had to step up a little bit.
For sure.
But I think when you went back to school, and I think one of the biggest things as a parent, so you have an older sister, an older brother, all three of you have gone through anxiety and stress and not feeling your best. And so for us, it was always to just sit and listen. And so I know for what helped, I think you and I navigate it together, was every Friday morning before school, we'd go to Chop Shop. And you knew at that time we could talk, and I knew that, so then I'd have to, I knew that I was going to have that time with you. So I think that was really meaningful for me.
It was for me too. Or just Menchie's frozen yogurt after
yeah, you're
school.
my froyo girl. Yeah.
Yes, we would do that like at least 3 times a week, which is always nice to like look forward to.
That was also with me, because I like mine with my
that
magic
was with
shell.
you. Yes, same.
Your siblings don't like it as much.
No.
So I think for families going through it, if they have a child going through and feeling that anxiousness, that nervousness, I think I would feel like what we did well in that situation was really carving out that one-on-one time, and not that it wasn't going to still happen, but at least you knew you had that foundation. What would you say?
Yeah, I would say that too. And just like kind of getting away from my phone, because that's like the big impact that just, I think, got me stressed. So just like having a one-on-one time and just being with my family or my sister just helped a lot, because we would always have like talks like at night, like in the bathroom, because we had a Jack and Jill. So we always had our little talks about school, and it calmed my nerves down a lot.
Yeah, I think that was good. And I think, we learned a lot during those moments too, as a family. And your sister started a game, I think I mentioned on an earlier podcast, which sometimes ends up in a battle with you two. Is, what do you like about me and what do you not like about me? So we have to have thick skin. But what I learned during this period of time, when here I was coming home from, a big day at work, and I had my laptop on the kitchen counter, and I had my phone with me all the time. And so I think I wasn't exactly leading a good example, because here it was, a lot of the attachment to the phone and this unrealistic expectation was bringing you to be more anxious. And here I was mirroring the behavior that was helping, that was also creating that. So I know all 3 of you kids and dad all said the one thing they did not like about me was I was always on the laptop in the kitchen. And so that was a big one.
Yes, because I mean, that was like pretty big, because I think I just like would think, I mean, it wasn't really that, but I just kind of like would go to my room after school and just go straight there on my computer or my phone. So I was just like, it's normal until like dinner, which is hours just scrolling. Like I even saw at church, one of the pastors said that even the average screen time is 2.5 hours. And in a year, that's 38 days. So a lot of kids are on it a lot more, like 7 hours, 8 hours. It's crazy. So you're on it like months out of the whole year. And it just takes you away from like family time. And it just kind of, being on your phone just makes you have like more anxiety and stress is what I've learned. Because when I just stepped away from it, I just saw like there's a lot more out there. And it makes you think like there's nothing on your phone that you really need, like social media and comparing yourself. So just like limiting time, I would say helped me too.
And I think COVID is that was that's when I really shifted, is between, hearing that from all of you about me and, always being on my laptop. And I think that was a big turning point for me. And so you also, you didn't really feel like you had your friendship circle that was fitting who you were becoming. And so where was that turn, and what gave you the confidence to kind of branch out and find friends that really were more fitting to who you were becoming?
I just kind of like thought one day, I was like, wow, I wouldn't want like friends that I can't really talk to and really like talk about my feelings. So I was kind of just thinking, I was like, I should branch out. Like I should find a group that I could hang out with and go do stuff with. So I think that like also boosted my confidence, just like putting myself out there, because it won't hurt you to. So it really helped me to just branch out and find a group that I now do everything with. Yeah. So I think that was a big part of it, because I just didn't want to be stuck in a group for the rest of high school that I just can't really share anything with, or kind of just like talk to about whatever.
And it was really a friend that you had known from NCL, and then also from a class. And so you just kind of found the confidence to say, can I sit with you at lunch? Yeah,
it was more because I had like most of them in the group already. I had like at least one in a class for each class. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just asked one of my friends, and I was like, hey, can I sit with you and your friends at lunch? And she was like, of course. So it was nerve-wracking at first because I've never been with a group, but it turned out really good. And I got to spend at least 2 years of my high school with them.
Yeah, and we had all of them in our house getting ready for prom, and then you just got back from Disneyland.
Yes.
So I think encouraging, if there's somebody who doesn't have the right friend group, because, one of the things that we always encourage too is finding the friend group that also makes you feel comfortable, who you want to be. Because sometimes friendships no longer serve that part of your life, and being respectful, but also getting uncomfortable and finding those friends, because it changed your whole high school experience.
For sure. Because
it helped your confidence.
It did help my confidence, because they just like also were very encouraging and just very outgoing and kind too. So I kind of like went off of that too, I would say, because it just like I've seen other people just kind of stay with their groups, and then they end up not really liking their high school experience. So I think just having a good group just changes your whole high school, and your whole high school experience, just like how you are at school and wanting to go to school. Because I used to hate going to school just because I didn't have anybody. So I think it really helps to find a group and be outgoing, confident about it too.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy, but you did it.
No,
so yes, and you were so happy. I remember the first week.
Yes.
So for parents going through that, it was like a completely 180 change, and that was, it warmed my heart. So we're going to shift in your relationship with God.
Yes,
because that has grown, and so if you could share what's your relationship with God today, and just a little bit about that would be great.
Yes, I think my relationship with God is really good now. I think it used to just not be as strong, but just like reading my Bible and going to church, and I just came back from a church camp that was really cool. So just like having God around just has changed my whole perspective on life, and especially with track, because I think I looked at it as like an idol, because it's just like something I was just like, I have to do well, I have to do this all by myself. But it really changed it having God in my life, just having him in my sport too and everywhere. So I think that like my relationship has just been so strong, and it's just changed me as a person for sure.
I love that. And your sister shared too about how it became where she was playing for the audience of one.
Yes.
Because Pastor Travis had told her about that, which I love. Because I know at one point, because we've always gone to church as a family, you were baptized when you were young, but when did it become your own?
I think it became my own, I would say sophomore year of high school, because during middle school, I thought I was just a Christian just because my family was. So I was like, if they're a Christian, then I am too, and I got baptized. But I got baptized when I was in elementary school, so I just kind of thought it was just something you had to do. So I think that it really just changed sophomore year, and I was just like, now, like how Natalie was saying, playing for an audience of one during track and just kind of going to him with like just choices I've had and just friendships. It's just changed, and it's a really cool thing to see people change as their different like personalities, and just changes like your output on life for sure.
Yeah, I know. I love it. How, when you look at your faith too, how does it impact decisions and confidence?
Yes, I used to be a people pleaser a lot of the time.
Yes, you were.
And it's changed it's changed my decisions just because friends have asked me to do not the best stuff, like bad decisions that I can just say no to now. Because I know that God wouldn't like that, and just, it wouldn't make me like feel a certain way. It'd make me feel like icky kind of. So I think it's just that like the choices you make will just impact your life, how you feel. And so
that definitely helped your confidence.
It helped my confidence a lot.
I remember when you came down and asked me my opinion on something, and you said, Mom, I'm no longer a people pleaser. And it was, and your friends did it. Your friends were wonderful. They didn't care either. They didn't mind at all.
Even for prom, like after prom, there's a party, and I just stuck back with my friend, and we just watched the Justin Bieber documentary. Like we didn't like want to go to a party, and that party ended up like kind of getting shot up. So it kind of like God.
It was a good thing not to be there.
It was a good thing not to be there, and God just knew that it wasn't the right choice.
I think your friends got pictures of you and your other friend sleeping.
Yes, they got pictures of sleeping because they got back at like 2 a.m. But
maybe you shouldn't have said that if Mom listens to that. Your role was just to make sure everyone got home.
Yes, and everybody got home and safe, and they had somewhere to sleep. Somewhere to sleep, so it's perfect.
So I think, so when you say, what does trusting God look like as you prepare now for, leaving for college soon? And you're going to be leaving, and
a few months.
I'm going to be an empty, mom and dad are empty nesters, but you get to go to at least the same school as your sister. It's a Christian college. So how is trusting God look like as you are preparing?
I think that like trusting God, that I was just trusting God with my sport, just track and school, because I really like how it is a Christian school, and I get to learn more about him and grow my faith, because I do have to take theology classes, so I love that. But I think I used to be so stressed about even being able to play in college, that now just giving it to God and letting it happen just makes me feel a lot happier. And just like knowing that I have a spot, and it was all in God's hands. Yeah. On God's favor.
It's brought you to the exact place now.
Yes. Place I wanted to.
Now, when you look back, and so, because building up your confidence and getting to be who you are today, what, for parents that are raising younger kids, what was stuff that maybe mom and dad did that helped you the most? Or what were areas that maybe we had maybe some unrealistic expectations?
Like help me the most with high school just in general?
Just in general.
What helped me was like how I was saying earlier, like the family talks, just talking it through, just like different decisions and points, just helped a lot. And just kind of just being together and just hanging out or going places like restaurants or dance doorway. It always helped me because I know I had somewhere to go to talk, which I know some people don't. So I think that helped a lot. And even like at nights, just like talking it through, because they kind of like knew that we weren't doing, like we didn't have a good day, and that helped a lot.
Shutting off the technology.
Just shutting off the technology, yes. Or just journaling, or even just like being together, like without our phones.
Yeah, we all journal.
Yes. And I think just like expectations was I say mainly like grades and track, because I feel like I had to have a certain time. Like, sorry. I feel like I had to have a certain time for track or for different events to like make sure I go to college for it, because I feel like I had to. in a way, but then I end up just loving and just training harder. I think just with grades, for sure, because you want to have good grades and you want to be able to make as much scholarship money or just as much money for college as you can. But I think that was the bigger part as well, grades.
So the one thing I think is, fun and laughter. And I think that's something that I think we do really good as a family.
Yes.
I know expectations, because you do have two very competitive parents.
Yes.
So when you would run track, I know you felt like you had a PR every time and get the best time. But so sometimes we definitely needed to lessen the intensity of that too. So the thing that I hope you carry with you is all the list making that you do now because of me.
I do that so much because I feel like if I don't remember, like I have to write down or so I won't remember it.
So the perpetual lists that you have, I think, is one of the things that I will definitely take responsibility for. So what do you think parents need to understand more? That's raising teenagers, because I know with your brother was different than you and your sister, and for him, I think if I like you, I could sit across from and talk to, whereas and your sister, and then your brother, if I was looking at him, he would shut down.
Yes.
So I would take him for food. I think I was sharing with you. I'd take him to In-N-Out Burger, and I would drive because he never paid attention to how to get there. So I drove extra 10 minutes and all these back roads, and just because he was looking forward, he wouldn't look at me, or like when he was going to bed, laying next to him so he could talk. I think that was a big thing of just trying to go in without judgment and leaving at the door, and so that's a hard thing. But what else do parents need to know about the pressures and things like that?
I think they need to know the pressure of just school, because it is a lot. Like, you're going every day for 8 hours. I think just the pressure of trying to be the best, I would say, or having a certain good grades or taking AP classes, which I think that just it gets kids very stressed. And even with sports too, that people don't understand that kids they want to impress their parents so bad that they'll do anything for it. With sport running or working out just every day, it's just it gets overwhelming with all of that. So I think just giving your kids a break sometimes and just talking to them, see how they're doing and how school's going.
Fun,
yes,
too,
but if you're still having fun, then that's totally okay. Just check in, I would say.
Yeah. So your sister was saying, I was asking something along the lines with her, and she said, parents need to have standards still, though.
Yes,
that was good, because obviously we're not going to say not you don't get good grades.
Yeah. I think parents should still give them good grades, just not to an extent where you need a 5.0, I would say. But I think
I know it was 4.0.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world?
I know.
Our jokes are now that we've got, we want you guys to get 9.9s. And,
yes, I know, because into stuff for track, different award ceremony, and kids had 4.9s or 5.0s.
And I think it's fantastic.
It's really cool.
The competitive landscape has gotten to be insane. So
kids have changed.
It's definitely changed. So one of the other things I think for parents is, really looking at that social media and the looking at the time on the phones and laptops, because there's so many access, whether it's the iPad, the phone, the laptop, and everything to access it. But having activities, there's a great game. I wish I had the box with me. It's a yellow box. It's a family game at Target where the family gets together. And it's, I think, from one point you're asking questions, you're trying to know who knows who better, or we're doing, progressive dance competition.
Hide and seek.
And hide and seek was one the last person found. I got all the cards. I won because everyone said I'm in everybody's business, because the person with the most cards at the end wins. But I think, having fun or finding ways for the family to have fun together, so how to have fun. Because even in the book, what it says is that when I was a kid growing up, we would come home, throw our backpack in the house, and then be running around the streets until the street lights went on. And all of that time is you guys don't really have that. Everyone lives, everyone's in different schools. There's all these different after school activities. And so you lose that free time. So I think families to create that, I think is good.
For sure. Just having a scheduled time with your family, I would say, or I think screen time does help a lot, because I think kids nowadays just get so addicted. They'll just stay in their room and not have that time with their family. So I think just schedule a time with your kids, or go get frozen yogurt, or get breakfast in the morning. Helps so much. And put phones away. Like, even my friend started a club at school called Conversation Club, where we would just like talk without our phones, and it gets you to think about stuff and really just not have to use your phone to help you think. And
everybody has a seat at the table.
Everybody has a seat. Like, we even saw people outside of the class, because he's like in a classroom just sitting alone, and we just invite them in. So like everybody had somewhere to sit every week, which is really cool.
Well, and that's something I think, as younger children, if you're in the same age vicinity, you're a friend. Everyone's like, just come and play. And that's how we used to do in our neighborhood. And so that's why I always wanted you kids to always remember growing up is, always pay attention to those who are sitting alone. Because sometimes they are, just need someone just to invite them to lunch. So I love that you do that. So if you were to sit down with your 13-year-old self, so let's say, and let's just take out COVID out of the mix, because I think it was COVID at the time. 7. So let's say like 12, 13. But if you were sitting down with her, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to just be more yourself and be more outgoing, because I think that during that time I was just very closed off and very anxious and shy, which didn't help me. So I would say be more outgoing, just have fun, and just like live life and not think you need to do certain stuff and act a certain way, and not let social media kind of take over. Just kind of be more like a kid and just have fun in life.
And what about beauty? Because I think
and just I think that also had a big role, because I think I just like also comparing myself to people even when I was younger was a struggle. So just kind of stepping away from social media and just know that you are beautiful and God loves everybody, and just always include everybody in anything you do. I love it.
Yeah. So what habits and what are things that you do that helps you maintain kind of that, just healthy overall habits? So where you're kind of not going down that anxiousness rabbit hole.
I would say running helped a lot. Like, I get it because I do track, but I think running just kind of clears your mind, and just it kind of just lets you think and kind of look around, just kind of see the beauty of nature, and also just kind of yoga and just being with God, just doing Bible studies, even if it's on my own. I would say that helped a lot. And especially journaling, because writing out my thoughts before meets or just during the day helped me calm myself and just kind of let everything go that was bringing me anxiety. And just being with my family, just playing games, or just even talking to my parents. That just always was very fun to do, because it just kind of gets you out of your thoughts and all the negative thoughts, for sure. Yeah. Because I know that when I have had a lot of self-doubt and just my thoughts weren't the best, I always loved talking to my parents about it, and they always just showed me that it was nothing and I can just relax and
your dad at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes. I had that before school. I would always go with my dad at Dunkin'. I would get a donut, and my mom, and he would get his coffee, and we would always just talk about our days and what we have before school, what we had going on.
And so now, as you prepare for college, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to follow you. But what are you most excited about?
I'm excited to make new friends, because I'm going to be in a different state, so I won't know anybody, of course. But I'm glad to just kind of see what's out there, because I've been to California, but I kind of want to see what's for adventuring out there, and just growing my relationship and being with my sister is exciting. Yeah. So I think it's just cool to start a new adventure. I am a little nervous about it, but I know that everything will work out, and I know I'll be happy there, and
as
great people.
As your mom, I'm so proud of you, because you are ready for that step, and I'm so proud of you for that. And so what type of woman do you hope to become too as you move on to this next journey?
I hope to become a woman that's more confident, and because I am right now, but I think that just confidence just helps you, and more outgoing. and just always seeing the best, even if it's like in people, and just, I think just kind of not living life scared of what's to come in the future, and just knowing that it's in God's hands. So I think just kind of just letting go and just living life to its fullest, I'd say.
Obviously, faith is going to shape your future.
Yes, for sure. And I'm excited to learn more about God and have people to learn about him with. So I think that is also a big part with the school I chose, like why I chose it as well.
I'm very excited. So we're going to close, and there is, and this has been, I love listening to you talk. So I'm going to take you on a journey of who you are 10 years from now. So this is Addison at 28 years old. Wow. So think about who this woman is, and who she, what she looks like, or how she dresses, and where she lives. And if she were sitting with you today, what advice would she give you?
I think that she would give me, like, she would tell me to just, like, know that everything will work out, and that, like, you just have to let all the anxiousness and nerves just go, and just be yourself, and just kind of like just be excited to learn and try new things and play sports. Just kind of just have fun with life, and know that, like, you're going to be on this cool adventure, and it's going to be exciting. Just like, let it happen, have fun, and don't let any nerves or people just stop you from it.
I love that.
Thank you.
Well, and even for me too, I always say to you kids like, always be interesting, learn new things, be curious. Because I'm on an adventure myself, and I'm having a blast. So you can reinvent yourself even after a career of 30 plus years. So I love that. So for the next 7 days, I have a light work challenge for anyone listening, and just to shut your phones off.
Yes.
And put them away for at least, I'm just going to say an hour for now. I probably should say more. So just put them away, and just see how much more present you can be, and not checking anything. Because even if, the phone's right here, but I'm not going to look at it. There's always the alert. So that's my challenge.
For sure.
So I'm saying an hour. Is that an hour good?
Yeah.
Hour's good. And then you could build from there. Yeah. And go do something. But just take it out of even the equation, and just go for a run, go sit.
Yes.
I started reading outside, and I stopped checking my phone. So I'm going to challenge everyone else to do that.
Be with your family.
Be with your family. Anything you choose.
Yes.
I love that. So I just thank you for this time, and thank you. Yes. I love who you've become. I think it was a journey as parents. I think we wake up in the middle of the night worrying, and where they say we're only as happy as our, saddest child. And just to have you go through that and become who you are. I'm very proud to be your mom. So thank you. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
So to everyone listening, thank you for joining us. Go out there and spread your light. And I kindly ask you to follow Lightwork Podcast on Spotify, Apple. And also, if you so feel inclined, to leave me a 5-star rating. So thank you, and appreciate all of you.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, with specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.